The Philippines is one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world. On average, the archipelago is hit by 20 strong typhoons a year. Typhoon Haiyan in 2013 was one of the worst on record. It tore through the islands, leaving 6,300 dead and 4 million people desperate for food and shelter.
Upwards of 90% of all structures have total or at least partial damage to the roof. So that's the most difficult thing that we need to address, because rains might come, people get wet, and then people get sick.
The country's agriculture ministry is turning to drones to help minimize the impact of such superstorms. Equipped with sensors to map and photograph farmers' fields, the small craft have begun making test flights to collect data. The drones can cover up to 600 hectares a day.
Unlike before, we are just concentrating on the reports of our local government counterparts. And usually it might be overestimated or underestimated. By the use of drone, we can have a scientific tool to analyze this data and provide appropriate interventions in times of disaster.
That data can help direct farmers where to build retaining walls, irrigation, or storage facilities. The images can also pinpoint where to plant protective vegetation or adapt farming practices according to the contour of the land.
A day or two before the typhoon have a landfall in the Philippines, we can approximate or do an estimation of a pre-disaster risk assessment so that we can plan ahead and respond accordingly.
Drones could also be deployed to study drought conditions, like the extreme dry spell currently in the Philippines as a result of a strong El Nino weather pattern. Widespread use of such drones could mean the difference between having to start over after the next big disaster and weathering it in good shape. Rosanne, Skirble, VOA News, Washington.